On this channel, it's pretty clear that we are passionate about everything that deals with car shows. We love seeing experts take a variety of vehicles and soup them up, restore them, and even sell them to turn a huge profit. It is especially impressive to see the brains behind many of these operations hard at work. But here's one thing we rarely think about. Most of these guys are either married or in serious relationships to women, and many times these are the women that keep their men straight. They are beautiful, talented, and definitely worth a little envy. Here are some of the hottest wives of car TV hosts.
Oh, whoa. I got sparks flying every which way over here. Hold on a minute.
Michelle Weeks. Say what you will about Thomas Weeks of Misfit Garage, but one fact is that he has a great wife supporting him. Michelle Weeks and her husband Thomas have been married since November of 1997, meaning this year they will have celebrated their 24th wedding anniversary. No matter who you are, that's a very long time to be together with someone. Thomas has actually worked pretty hard to keep her out of the spotlight. Very little has been brought out as to who she is, what her interests are, or what she does. What is known is that she plays a very important supporting role to her husband Tom. Although maybe not on camera, she is an ever-present force. Not to mention, she is stunning as well. Any man in Tom's position would be lucky to have Michelle by their side.
That's not a car.
Come on, look at it.
That's a golf cart.
That's not a golf cart.
It says electric. It's a golf cart, man. Look at this thing. You would drive this around.
Oh, hell yeah. Up and down on the street.
I think you've lost your mind.
Korie Fera-Koker. Danny the Count Koker is from the popular History Channel TV show Counting Cars and is definitely a popular name in the car show genre. Every episode features another amazing project from his garage, Count's Customs, located in Las Vegas, Nevada. Koker has earned an immense amount of respect in the community and has also found a great deal of success. But there's a famous saying that proves to be true here. Behind every successful man, there is a strong woman. In this case, that strong woman is Danny's wife, Korie. Korie Fera-Koker is not only Danny's wife, she is an important part of his daily operations. She has been a huge asset in helping him run his various companies. On top of all that though, she runs her own business and does very well at it. After marrying Danny, she actually talked him into opening up his restaurant, Count's Vamped Rock Bar and Grill, where she still works as the entertainment director and coordinates the bands that come into play each night. Additionally, she is the co-owner of Count's Tattoo Company alongside her husband. Along with being absolutely beautiful, she has shown to be an incredibly important asset to Danny. They have been married for around 15 years and have no children. Take a second and subscribe and hit the bell notification to be notified every time we post crusty content.
You guys are missing the whole point of the show. You obviously want to be on TV really bad. No about it, you know. I've seen both of you, the way you act, you know, you're hamming it up for the camera and like that. You know, the show's about fabrication and stuff like that. You think it's funny?
Alexis DeJoria. For this entry, we are going to need to stretch it a little bit as this couple just announced that they had split up not too long ago. However, it definitely deserves a spot on this list because the name associated with the wife is pretty much infamous in the business as well as outside. Jesse James, former host of Monster Garage, has had a number of wives over the years. Most notable of these was his marriage to Hollywood superstar Sandra Bullock. They were married in 2005. However, after she won an Oscar for her role in The Blind Side, it came out in a very public way that James had cheated on her. It was a very bitter divorce that was played out in tabloids and on news networks all over the country. But it is not on Bullock that the number 4 spot will be focused on. A couple of years later, it was announced that after 6 months of dating, Jesse James would be getting married to professional drag racer Alexis DeJoria. DeJoria was a very successful drag racer and had made a name for herself by being the first woman to ever make a sub-4-second pass. This was done at the 2014 NHRA Winter Nationals at Pomona. She has brought attention to females racing as well as made a name for herself by showing that she can be just as competitive in these sports as the men. To car guys, these facts alone make her incredibly attractive. It's an amazing woman that knows how to be a grease monkey like the rest of us. But if that wasn't enough for the guy that appreciates an edgy lady, she is covered from the neck down in beautiful tattoos. She had a warm smile, a great personality, and even a bit of haunting allure to her that made her an amazing catch for any man. Jesse James should have considered himself incredibly lucky to have landed her after his messy breakup with Sandra Bullock. Sadly, James had a way of letting his past catch up to him. This marriage was not meant to be either. The couple split up in 2020. Although not nearly as public as his previous relationships had been, there was speculation that he was up to his old habits of seeing other women. Regardless of that though, Alexis was and still is an amazing and beautiful woman.
This truck has been parked longer than Brian's been alive.
And it looks better, too.
Oh, man.
Shots fired.
This thing fell right out of the cherry tree, man.
Amanda Martin. One show that has slipped under the radar for many of us is the Discovery Channel's Iron Resurrection, which is another show about mechanics finding old rusted-out cars and roadsters to fix them up and give them another chance at life. It is uniquely hosted by a husband and wife, Joe and Amanda Martin. But since we always hear about the guys, this entry is all about Joe's better half, Amanda. Aside from working on cars, one of the most appealing things about Amanda Martin is the fact that she's a down-home kind of girl. Many times you'll have ladies like her that come from wealthy backgrounds or places of previous success. Not Amanda though. Her estimated net worth is only about $300,000, and that's because before she was a successful TV personality, she was a successful businesswoman. She had been working in the banking industry and had risen to various levels of management before joining her husband in his ventures to start Iron Resurrection. Now that the show has been on the air and finding a great deal of success, the details surrounding the relationship between Joe and Amanda have been kept fairly private. They have been married for a number of years and have 3 children together. Their youngest was reportedly diagnosed with cancer, which adds to her character as being one of the strongest mothers that exists. But behind her tough exterior when she's in the garage, Amanda definitely has one of the softest smiles and carries herself in a very elegant and proper way. Whereas there are many wives who take advantage of the spotlight to flaunt their features, Amanda makes sure to carry herself with poise and class. It is a quality that sets her apart from the rest, making her all the more beautiful.
Straight.
Oh.
It's gotta be big, bad, American, and awesome.
That don't look good.
Ashley Bennett Sparks. Hopefully by the name you'll recognize Ashley, as she is married to none other than the #1 diesel fan in the world, Heavy D Sparks. If you didn't already know, he actually featured this channel on his own YouTube channel.
TUNANOCRUST.
Didn't mean to get you fired up, man.
TUNANOCRUST.
Anyways, the story goes that these two met at church back in 2008 and decided to tie the knot 1 year later at a private wedding ceremony. And Diesel Dave was definitely in attendance. Comment down below what truck he drove to church that day. Maybe an LBZ Duramax. Now that they've been married for a decade or so, they have 3 children together, including 2 boys who just may be the next Diesel brothers. Ashley is a full-time mom and loves flying in their private helicopter and rolling coal in Utah with her hubby.
They're gonna total my car. This thing's worth about $1,000. That's worth like 50 grand. And because you're with me and you ain't got any insurance.
Katerina Deason. Okay, so we saved the best for last. We all know the host of the popular show Fast and Loud. Yep, Richard Rawlings. He has always been a loud and in-your-face personality. However, there was one lady who was able to steal his heart and keep him grounded. This lady is Katerina Deason. They are so serious, in fact, that on August 17, 2019, Rawlings popped the big question to Deason, to which she said yes. A little background on who Katerina Deason is. She had actually been married prior to meeting Rawlings. She was the 5th wife of Texas billionaire Darwin Deason. He was 27 years older, but they made it work for 11 years. She lives a very lavish life and had everything she could have ever wanted. However, the two weren't able to make things work forever and ended up filing for divorce in 2019, shortly before accepting a proposal from Rawlings. She may not be heavily involved with the goings-on of the show or have anything to do with the shop itself, but she is definitely worth mentioning as a very attractive woman. This 52-year-old beauty does not look even close to her age. Working out on a regular basis, she keeps a very trimmed body and models for various calendars and magazines whenever she can. Plus, as she is 5 feet and 9 inches tall, she can make any man feel intimidated. Yes, the masterminds behind these amazing builds all have women to help guide them. We only have time for these 6 beautiful women, but there's some we've missed, so stay tuned for the Hall of Fame version of the hottest wives and girlfriends of car TV hosts. So subscribe and hit the notification bell to know the second it comes out. Also, be sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.